Hey guys, welcome back to Heiko Shaves. We're right back at it. This week is a pretty busy week here in my bathroom shaving with really nice razors made in Greece. I told you all about it in the unboxing video. We have already done one shave with the Lambda Athena, just previous video. Link somewhere here on the screen. And now we're already at the first shave of the Lambda Ares, which is this beautiful piece here. This is an open comb handle in this typical ancient Greek column design. Today I learned in the research to this video here that there are 3 different styles of column architecture in ancient Greece. Due to, you know, whoever was in power at the time and what was the idea of you know, strength and design and architecture at the time. And then a lot of people have heard of the Acropolis of Athens. And the Acropolis of Athens, people assume that's one specific thing to one specific location. But in reality, in ancient Greece, every city had an Acropolis, which is just the highest part of the city and which was established to, you know, maybe defend the city, to have certain facilities on top of that hill. So every ancient Greek bigger city used to have an Acropolis, and it just so happened to be really famous in Athens. So a lot of people know about the Acropolis of Athens. Anywho's, so let's talk about this beautiful thing here. Let's get the box out one more time. This is the beautiful presentation box made by Lambda Razor. So those Lambda razors are made in Greece, in the European Union, both of them. The Athena and the Ares. And this here is the Ares version 2. This is the beautiful box, you know, felt line and all that good stuff, magnet closure. Here is bronze on there and the name Ares and the web address and the manufacturing date down below. Bronze. There are 2 fairly similar alloys. One is called brass and the other one is called bronze. And the difference is, so they are both copper based. Brass is copper and zinc, whereas bronze, this stuff here, is copper and tin. So that's the differentiating factor. Because if you look at the color here, this kind of yellow goldish color, it could be brass as well. But in this particular bronze that they use for those 2 razors that they are making in Greece, Lambda razor I'm talking about, is a nickel and aluminum bronze. So that means they added nickel and aluminum to achieve certain characteristics and corrosion resistance. But the 2 main ingredients is still copper and tin. All right. So yeah, beautiful razor. Around the $200, maybe a little more, a little bit less price range, which I already mentioned that in the Athena review and the first shave, that this is definitely not overpriced. Those are 2 really well-made razors, very well machined. I mean, look at just how much detail is in here. And the Ares, this version 2, reason why they have a version 2 now, or V2, is I guess the first version was a little too aggressive. And so for the version 2, they dialed it down a little bit. Here, let me just show you the base plate one more time. On the base plate, I don't know if you guys will be able to read it. Let me see if I can read it. It says made in Greece, then a serial number with a V2, which I'm assuming means version 2. And then here on the end, you have this little stylized lambda symbol with the name Ares engraved in the base plate. The top of the base plate, you know, just normal 3 holes. Just we have so many 3-piece razors that do that have the center post and then those 2 little tabs to align the blade and all that. And here in this case, on both of them, just like on the Athena, we have another lambda, the 11th letter of the ancient Greek or classical Greek alphabet. And then let's put this out of the way here real quick. And then just this beautiful Greek column. A lot of people call them Roman columns, but I think the ancient Greek columns are actually much older as an architectural and a supportive structure than in Roman history. So Greek columns are older than Roman columns. So this should be called a Greek column, of course. I couldn't tell you exactly into what time period this would be appropriate for. Didn't want to go into too much detail here in this video, but it's just beautiful. Bottom is flat, so you can stand it up if you want to. And there is also, again, a little lambda, the symbol, and also the word engraved here at the bottom of the handle. So beautiful stuff. This one is a open comb. This German shave channel guy keeps forgetting stuff, and then me, the editor, has to follow up and fix the stuff. So he completely forgot to weigh Ares and show you guys. So here's that result from weighing it without blade. 96.87 grams. You should really let him know in the comment section down below that that is really important to the review. We used a Greek, made in Greece, big plate, the chrome platinum. And we're going to do the same thing here. Of course, I'm going to use a brand new one. I want to give every razor its best chance here to impress. So brand new big blade. But here, before we go there, let me just do something else. We have an R41 sitting here. Am I correct? Yeah, Müller R41. You know, if I look at the overall, the design is slightly different. Oh, let me put it back together. The design is slightly different, but the overall side profile of this razor head is very reminiscent, and they both are, you know, open comb razors, even though the open comb looks different here on this one than on this one. But I'm not sure if we're gonna have to expect R41 efficiency and aggression, or if it's much milder than the R41. But, you know, I survived this one and I actually kind of enjoyed the journey. And I think we're going to enjoy the Ares version 2 as well. So let's put this back here in its place. Let's put a blade into the razor. Needs to happen, right? And I'm so worried that I'm going to drop a piece. I'm always putting everything down. You know, those are really nice razors provided by Wally, channel supporter. And you guys probably already saw the other parts, the unboxing and the first part with the Athena. This is a pass around that Wally has arranged. And the razors are being sent from one YouTuber to another to give the brand and those two models of razors. Look at the detail, this step here on the handle, and then there is the opposite kind of an, you know, I'm going to cut myself probably, a little step in there in the base plate. So this fits really snugly and nicely. So yeah, Wally arranged this pass around. Bunch of YouTubers are involved. Links are down below in the description. I'm the second one on the list. So here's the blade. Again, only just the far edge of the blade sticking out. Looks really nice. Lambda here on the end and the lambda here. Very nice, very nice. All right, so we got that going. Let me show you the rest. So a big blade. Now we're gonna use another soap and aftershave that I specifically ordered for this review. You remember, if you've seen the Athena shave, I wasn't super happy with the choice of soap that I made. Actually made in Greece. By Fina was the brand. Never heard of it before. Just found it online, ordered it. And the soap was, yeah, usable as a soap, but the scent was just not my cup of tea. And then the aftershave balm out of the little tub was actually pretty pleasant. Here now, another product. This is more Greek inspired than actually made in Greece. This is called Pedro Fiasco's Santorini Aftershave Splash and the Shaving Cream. This is made by Ariana and Evans in Shelton, Connecticut, United States. So this is not made in Greece. This is an American product, and a lot of people know Ariana and Evans. I just came across this. They have a story here on their webpage. I have it open next to me. I'm just going to read it real quick. My grandfather on Greek side, we called Papuli. He drank ouzo with his coffee every day, sometimes a bit too much, and would fall asleep at the cash register, family restaurant. He would have loved this. Papuli was from Sparta.
This is Sparta!
I mentioned Sparta in the unboxing. Santorini is our latest aquatic with a hint of ouzo. It smells amazing with a nighttime vibe. I added lemon as well. As we all know, the Greeks love lemon. So notes is Maglini lemon, Othmensis, I have no idea what that is, orchid, cassis, aquatic and marine notes, ozone, ouzo, musk, amber, and myrrh. All right, so we talked about that now. So I don't know if they really have a grandfather on the Greek side or, you know, it's a good story. So a Greek-inspired shave soap and then an aftershave splash, which is kind of this milky. It's not clear for sure. And I already gave it the good old sniff test here. The soap is very mildly scented. You could almost think that this is a non-scented shave cream or soap. There's a little bit of a hint of lemon that I can make out, but very mildly scented. And I like that actually. So while you're shaving, your eyes are not burning. And then the splash is a little bit more intense. And yeah, I can get the lemon out of it for sure. And maybe the cassis. Yeah, and definitely a little bit more intense. So, you know, that's how we like it. I think I'm pretty happy with how this turned out. We have that ready to go. Let's use some pre-shave. Let's do Cremo pre-shave. It's relatively mildly scented, so it's not going to be overpowering the actual shave soap. But I should probably get my face wet a little bit. Just like that. And then some Cremo on my fingertips. And we're just rubbing this in. Again, way too much. Perfect. Alrighty. So that's the pre-shave. Fresh towel. All good to go. And the brush that I picked for today was provided by Supply a few months back when we tried out the Supply SE single edge razor. And this has a really weighty, hefty aluminum handle and a pretty nice synthetic knot. Figured perfect shave brush or brush for my shave here. All right, and again, I'm not going to contaminate the soap in its container. I'm just going to grab my clean spoon. And it's a shave cream, they say. It's not super soft, but I scooped out a bunch. And we're going to squeeze that at the bottom of into my little shave bowl here. Unbreakable, right there. And now we're going to get the bristles of my shave brush wet. Squeeze out most of it and go right in here. Let's see how that works out. I always have a amethyst basin sitting here, kind of a vintage 1950s, 1940s. It's enameled steel, I think. And it's perfect to have some warm water for just the brush. I don't go in there with my razor. I don't put my stubbles in there. It's clean water just so I can dip my brush into some clean water for the lathering part. All right, this is very creamy. With the previous soap, the Fina Menthosukos, I believe it was a little on the thin side and not as creamy. And this one here is more of the creamy kind. And I'm going to put some more effort into the lathering here. And the backbone of the shave brush here also helps. I like it when the synthetic knots are not so floppy. I like it when they have a little bit of some backbone. All right, look at that. Yeah, mildly scented. I like it. So far, I like it. I haven't put it in my skin yet, but we'll see. All right, let's do that. Maybe a little less, or it's just going to go all over my t-shirt again. Let's put some more water over top of my pre-shave here. That always seems to help a little bit. All right, here we go. I hope I didn't forget anything. Yeah, I wanted to point out that fact with the version 2. Wally had clarified that for me in the comments section on a previous video. And the zinc versus the tin, which makes it brass or bronze. I wanted to point that out. I wonder what else I had on my little notes list over here. Oh yeah, and those two razors are both made in Greece. On the Peloponnese, right? The Peloponnese, the southwestern part of Greece, which is a peninsula. German word of the day. I haven't done that in a while, but I've been asked a few times in the comment section, on my t-shirt, everywhere. This soap is really fluffy, very creamy, very whipped cream-like, which we all like, right? Very good, very nice. And the scent is very unobtrusive. The German word of the day is sehr schön. It's actually two words. Sehr schön, very beautiful, or very nice. Could be translated either way. Sehr schön. All right, got the razor wet. It has those column striations or grooves that don't necessarily help with grip, as you can see here. I don't have soap on my hands, just water. But let's see if my alum block trick, wet finger and touch your alum block and then rub it in your fingers, if that helps. Oh yeah. All right, let's do the shave. With the grain initially. Oh yeah. There is some blade feel there for sure. I hope I'm not exaggerating when I tell you guys if something is aggressive or mild. I think I made the mistake in the Athena video a little bit. When I mentioned that the Athena isn't the super mildest razor, I'm not saying this is brutally aggressive. It is just more aggressive than what I would use as a daily driver maybe, or what I would recommend to a total novice to wet shaving. Yeah, so there is blade feel, a healthy amount of blade feel, but for a open comb, a lot of people assume that an open comb is automatically more aggressive. It can be. In case of the R41, it's definitely true. It's a pretty relatively aggressive razor, the R41 is. But as we also know, here is the 41C Mercure. Very mild. Actually, beginner-friendly mild. And the slant, not slant open comb, the open comb variant, very mild, very easy shaving. And this one here is again not at a level 1 on my 1 to 5 scale. I would say probably again at a level 2. An open comb, you have to be careful with the pressure. If you imagine the prongs or the teeth of the open comb to push against your skin, if you push too hard, your skin ends up in between the prongs, and that's where the blade is completely wide open exposed, and then you might nick yourself. So as long as you keep the pressure down, you would be fine. Again, 2 days of growth here in my face. And again, a big blade, which could be a contributing factor to the feel of some tugging. Tugging is usually an indication for blades not being super sharp. But the first pass is always very misleading to really judge whether or not something is tugging or aggressive, because you have lots of stubbles to cut off. Yeah, I would say this is also like a 2 to 2.5 on Heiko's aggressiveness scale from 1 to 5. But not scary. It is not scary. It is, you know, asking you for some respect. Yeah, took a lot off here in the jawline. I still have a lot left. When I'm shaving with a little bit more aggressive razors and I'm trying to go around this curvature here, I am a little bit more gentle. If I would shave with one of my daily drivers here, the leaf twig, I would like rip around this corner because I'm not afraid of nicking myself. But when I have something that demands a little bit more respect, then I'm just a little bit more gentle here. All right, spread it all out. Let's, now I have soap on my brush handle here. Let's pick up some more soap. Yeah, the soap is lovely. The soap is lovely. It has, well, it seems like, am I bleeding down here a little bit? I might have nicked myself without even noticing it. But the soap, absolutely no negative reactions of my skin here. No burning sensation. And very lightly scented. I almost would call this unscented. Yeah. Very good, very creamy, very protective. I like it a lot. All right, so second pass. Let's do a little bit more alum on my fingers because the handle is a little on the slippery side. The Athena had some lines, cut lines into the material in the horizontal direction, and that was very sufficient to holding onto the handle. This one here is a little bit more slippery, but no problem, you know. And if you tend to put the bottom of the handle on your finger or your pinky like this, then you're not going to have any issues either. This is a pass around, so I have to do everything in a timely manner and get the shaves, the reviews, and the comparisons done in a certain period of time. Because the other guys are waiting for this stuff here. But if I would have a little bit more time, I would compare this to the R41 because my memory of how aggressive the R41 is already fading. It is a little bit more aggressive than the Athena, I would say. So maybe the Athena is more number 2, and this is a 2.5 to 3. Let's take a look at the corners here. Very nicely curved down open comb. The edges here are definitely no problem. I'm not going to complain about this. There is a little bit of some gap between the outer edge and the cutting edge of the blade, as you can see. Yeah, this is a little bit more than a 1/16 of an inch, I would say. During the Athena video, I said it's an 1/8 of an inch, but I had to look at a tape measure to figure out that an 1/8 of an inch is way too much, way too big. So this is maybe a 1/16. So far, so good. And we're going to do another wither grain on my neck here. I always do that on my neck. I always do 2 passes with a grain and then I do one pass against the grain. And that's usually all it takes. And that's all my sensitive corners here and here can tolerate. This razor, by the way, since it's an open comb design, wide open to the bottom, has absolutely no problem with clogging. The Athena, it had those grooves in the closed comb, and the grooves would end, kind of a cul-de-sac, so to speak, a dead end, and the lather didn't have anywhere to go. So I had a little bit more clogging issues on the Athena. This one here has absolutely no problem. So I still stand by the statements that I frequently make, that when you start out in this hobby, wet shaving with a safety razor, get something that's affordable and rated by lots of people as mild. So a Merkur 34C, a Leaf Twig, a DE89 to a certain extent, maybe my 41C Merkur here as well. There are a bunch of examples that I could pull up. The Parka variant open comb, very mild in low settings, and find out if you actually like it. So a $200+ razor like this one here is definitely for someone who is already a little bit more experienced and who's willing to, you know, spend the money, but then also have the more exclusive experience with this beautiful wooden case and the presentation and all that. And then it also takes a little bit more work to keep this nice, I would say, because this is not a chrome. Chrome is pretty hard. Chrome plated surface is pretty hard and wear resistant. This is a solid piece of brass, and it probably needs a little bit more cleaning and drying and making sure it doesn't corrode, even though it is probably very corrosion resistant. But this is very high quality, nice presented brass razor, and I so far like it, but I don't think it is a razor for the absolute novice. You know, once you have your technique down and your procedure down, you know exactly which direction to go on which part of your face, you can upgrade to a Lambda razor, but I would not recommend either of those for the absolute beginner. But for us enthusiasts that are into, you know, buying, collecting, trying out lots of different razors, this is definitely something to have in your collection and, you know, pull out for the occasional special shave. And Ariana and Evans, this is, I think it's the first soap that I own from this brand. I've heard of them before, but I like the formulation. I don't know exactly what's in it. Let's look at it real quick. Stearic acid, water, and another word. Oh, I know. There is a word on here that I can't. Yep. Shea butter, potassium hydroxide, castor oil, vegetable glycerin, beer. Oh, very nice. Beer is in here. Sunflower seed oil, butter, beef tallow, palm oil, fragrance, coconut oil, sodium hydroxide. Oh my goodness. Jojoba. Okay, jojoba. We can say that. Oh, you know what? The word that I couldn't say, that's shea butter. Okay, they always put the simple word in parentheses. That's good. And then xanthan gum is the last ingredient. Sorry, guys. But yeah, I like it. I really like it. It's really nice and very creamy. I like the creamy stuff. The PAA CK6 formulation is also pretty creamy, I remember. All right, last pass, which is going to be against the grain with an open comb razor and made out of bronze. Here we go. Yeah, there's always going to be something left even after 2 passes. Mm-hmm. It's actually kind of interesting that these two razors are going to be reviewed by a bunch of YouTube shavers or YouTube reviewers, that it's going to happen in succession. And I'm really interested to see what other people think about this. So far, Kensurfs has reviewed it. And yeah, I'm number 2 on this list. But we also have Metallurgy, and he has a little bit different approach to shaving than I have. He's more the one pass and done kind of guy, I think, unless it has changed in the past couple months. We have John, Stubble meets Steel. We have another John, the Latherhog. Mike from Long Island Shaving. Tobin. Oh, now we're doing against the Grand Heiko. When I'm jabbering too much, I forget what I'm doing. Yeah. Very little pressure. It's a little spicier than some other razors. Yeah. All right. We made it through. I don't think without any major injuries here. Let's give it a quick inspection. Very nice, very nice, very nice. Very nice. Very close, very efficient. And yeah, when I say aggressive, I don't mean, oh, don't ever shave with this thing. I'm just saying it is not for someone like me that always looks for this super mild experience, but efficiency at the same time. I'm pretty happy with the result. It didn't bite me. All right, let's rinse off real quick. Very nice. Very good result. I feel clean and smooth. And the soap has so much residual slickness. I rinsed and rinsed and rinsed, and it still feels slick. I could just shave like this right now. Very nice. So Ariana and Evans, this Santorini scented one, like it. So now we're going to get to the point where we're going to try out the aftershave. Fresh, fruity. No, yeah, a little musky, a little muscular scent. And it's this milky looking substance in here. And a kind of a reducer in the neck there. So you have to kind of work it a little bit. Can you see it? All right, here we go. Oh, very nice. Very nice. I am looking forward to hear what my wife has to say about it. And this is a splash. Oftentimes you have aftershave splash or lotions, aftershave lotion that has absolutely no skincare or anything rejuvenating in it. But this one here, ingredients: aloe barbadensis leaf juice, alcohol denatured, vegetable glycerin, rosa gallica flower water, rose hydrosol, Calendula officinalis extract. The writing could be a little larger. My goodness. Red clover. Chamomile. That's nice. Plantain leaves. White willow bark. Fragrance. Vitamin E. And capric triglycerides. It's really small, guys. My eyes are not that bad, but I had to decipher it. And it wasn't written in Greek either. So anyways, I really like it. I'm going to get a second splash here. Very good. Very good. And you know, really the shave I really enjoyed. I do enjoy a little bit of a challenge once in a while. You know, if you just keep shaving with your mild little thing, and you never experience something left or right of it, so little bit too mild, then I don't enjoy it because it just doesn't shave. But a little bit more aggressive than what I usually go for. It's nice. It's nice, and the result is good. All right, guys, that was this beautiful Lambda Ares version 2, made in Greece. Looks like a Greek column, as we established. And just all the details. Make sure hand is dry. Grab this beautiful box here. I mean, if this is not a product presentation, then I don't know what is. Love it, love it, love it. And if you are looking for something a little bit more efficient, a little bit more aggressive than a Merkur 34C or so, just a step up from there, you could do this one here. Thanks, Wally, for sending that over to me. I'm honored that I can participate in this lineup here. Alrighty, guys, that's pretty much it. End of the video. Thanks for being here with me. Thanks for shaving with me today. If you like it, give me a thumbs up. If you're new here, welcome to Heiko Shaves. Please subscribe for more. And I will see you guys in the next one. Take care. Bye.